Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. My name is Haider and today I'm going to show you a secret technique which I've used in most of my artworks and won several competitions. Actually, I hate carrying a lot of pencils with me, so I developed this technique to get different types of shades from a single pencil. So let's find out how it's done. So I already made this reference scale using all these different shades of pencils from 7B up to B. As you can see, a smooth scale of darker to lighter shade here. And now I'm going to get all these different shades from Eiffel's 3B pencil. Eiffel is a local brand in Pakistan. I will show you two different methods of getting these shades from single 3B pencil. First one is based on pressure technique, so I call this pressure method and I'm gonna denote this with P. And second one is layering technique and I call this layering method and I'm gonna denote this with L. Make sure to keep an eye on this pressure bar, it will help you understand the pressure on each shade. So let's start adding a darker shade with this 3B pencil. You have to grab your pencil from the tip and put as much pressure as you can and you will get this darkest shade from a 3B pencil. Now moving on to 6B shade, just lower the pressure a little and add the strokes. Keep lowering the pressure for each shade by keeping an eye on this pressure bar. You can also change the grip settings to increase or decrease the darkness of the shade. And now for this B shade, you have to grab your pencil from the end and add the strokes slightly because it's the lightest shade in this scale. So we are done with this first method and as you can see we got the same shades as in the reference and the values of both the reference and the P scale are perfectly same. Let's move on to second method, which is layering method. And in this method, we are going to add layers over layers to get a desired shade. And first of all, I am going to fill these boxes with a base layer of 2B or B shade. And then we will add extra layers later. If you are using a 2B shade as a base layer, then you have to add a lighter shade in the B section or box. And now we are going to add another layer over this layer, but the direction of the strokes will be perpendicular to the previous one. Now start adding the second layer in each box. Make sure to keep the pressure constant in this case. We will be adding layers over layers until each shade matches to the reference shade, and then we will count the layers for each shade in the end. I'm gonna add a dot for each layer so it will be easy for me to count the layers. As you can see, this 4B shade is starting to match the reference with 2 extra layers. Let's add the 4th layer. And the 5B shade is starting to match the reference. Moving on to 5th layer. And now the 6B shade is perfectly matching the reference. Let's add another layer for 7B shade. And here you go, all the shades are perfectly matching the reference shades. Results may vary from sheets to sheets, so you just have to find the perfect amount of layers for your specific paper. I am using a smooth white chart for this tutorial, so make sure to practice this technique and I'm sure it will help you a lot. And if this is your first time here on my channel, I would love to have you subscribe because I upload new tutorials every Wednesday and Saturday. Thank you so much for watching and have a nice day.